काबिल हूँ तेरे ही दम पर, तुमने खूबी नवाजी है। जीत गए हम तेरी वजह से, जिंदगी की बाजी है। मान गए हम सच में तुझको, उम्दा तेरा काम है। शुक्राना हम करते दिल से, तुझको मेरा सलाम है। तुझे पाके जहाँ मैंने पाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी। ऐसा प्रीत का रस बरसाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी। तुम ही ने पहचाना मेरे ख्वाबों की इस तर्ज को, तुम ही ने तो कबूल किया है दिल की हर एक अर्ज को। लेके चलोगे मंजिल तक तुम, पलकों पे अपनी बैठा कर। सुलह हो गई खुद से मेरी, साथ आपका यूं पाकर। तेरे संग का रंग ऐसा छाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी। कैसा प्रीत का रस बरसाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी। तेरी मेहर है सबसे अव्वल, इसका जलवा आलीशान। चैनो सुकून का ये है दरिया, रूह ने पाया इत्मीनान। तेरी बदौलत सब हासिल है, मुझको ये एहसास है। नामुमकिन अब कुछ भी नहीं, तू जो मेरे पास है। तुझे पाके जहाँ मैंने पाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी। ऐसा प्रीत का रस बरसाया, कुछ रहा नहीं बाकी।
Om Shanti. Good morning. Is the sound okay?
Om Shanti, Belinda, the sound is perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Avinav. And not understanding Hindi fully, but catching the vibration of this second song that was played, it felt very appropriate for today's Murli, because today's Murli is actually a Shivratri Murli. And the vibration that was coming from that song, maybe somebody who understands Hindi can tell us, but it felt like the story of how it all started, and the wonder of Baba actually coming into the drama. So, as I mentioned, it's a Shivratri Murli or Shiv Jayanti Murli. But one of the things Baba is taking up quite extensively is the topic of enthusiasm. And Baba is linking enthusiasm to a festival. And he says, when there's a festival, there's enthusiasm. And we know that in the Lokik world, whether it's a Hindu festival or a Christian festival or a Muslim festival, there's great enthusiasm for that day. Lots of preparations, lots of excitement. But the next day, it's gone. But Baba is saying that at the confluence age, every single day, in fact, every moment is a festival. It's a festivity. And so what about our enthusiasm? Now we can take enthusiasm at the same level as the world takes it. You know, people say, oh, she has so much enthusiasm because she's doing something with a lot of energy and happiness as well. But at the confluence age, enthusiasm is actually a very deep thing. And this is what Baba is alluding to today. That we come to Baba with no end date in mind. We do not know when the confluence age is going to end. We do not know when destruction is going to happen. But Baba gives us the task of self-transformation and world transformation. And that means that it's completely different to any other task. Other tasks, they'll tell you, even if it's an aim over 5 or 10 years, but you have the end in sight. For us, we know what the end is, but we don't know when it is going to be there. And so our spiritual effort is to maintain enthusiasm in all areas of our Brahman life. That means the 4 subjects: knowledge, yoga, dharana, and service. Full enthusiasm in all 4 subjects. And that means enthusiasm for our study, for our Murli every single day. Do we look forward to listening to Murli or to reading Murli every day? Do we have that enthusiasm that there will be something new, something that is going to direct my life today? And the other day I was facing some obstacle within myself, and I didn't find the solution to remove the feelings that I was having. And I said to Baba, okay, Baba, tomorrow in the Murli, please, you give me the answer. And sure enough, how many times have we experienced that? that the following day, the solution is in the Murli. So when it comes to study, to have that daily intoxication, which is also our enthusiasm, but then also for yoga. Can I jump out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the morning with that same enthusiasm that something special will happen in this time of yoga with Baba, in this time that Baba has given specifically for his children? He is there at that time to help give us insights, give us power in the form of understanding and subtle insights. And then yoga during the day. Do I have the enthusiasm for my traffic control, for my evening yoga? Just to check that we don't get careless, because then there's no difference between Lokik souls and BKs. And we want that contrast, because it is the contrast that people will see. They will see the enthusiasm in the form of happiness, in the form of commitment, in the form of love. And the dharana, well, it has to show up in our behavior, doesn't it? It has to be seen on the face, the countenance of the face, that inner peace, that loving expression under all circumstances. And that becomes the service. It's not about doing, which we are so accustomed to, which is also good, but it is about our being. Baba talks today about the unlimited service. And that unlimited service can only happen if I'm seeing myself as a soul, and therefore I'm able to see the other as a soul. And that service automatically uplifts others. And so we have to check, that level of enthusiasm. And we know when it drops, we can feel it. Things start to feel a little bit dry, and just a bit of a low ebb. And what that means is that Maya, or Ravan, has actually reduced our enthusiasm. The only thing that takes our enthusiasm away is that illusion of body consciousness, that I somehow cross that line of ignorance, like Sita crossing that line. And I can feel it when I cross the line, because my enthusiasm is less, my intoxication is less, and my whole energy shifts. And it's very important for us, especially at this time when there's so much worry in the world, so much anxiety, that we don't allow ourselves to be sucked down into that downhill spiral, but we stay in the uphill spiral, which is actually feeding our enthusiasm, feeding our power to stay above and beyond. So let's listen to Baba's Murli today. So the original date is the 22nd of February, 1990. And of course, today is the 6th of March, 2022. And the title, The Basis of the Whole Game, is Light and Point. So Jyoti Bindu. And then in brackets, especially for the festival of Shiv Jayanti. So today, Trimurti Father Shiva is seeing 3 tilaks on the forehead of each child. All of you children have come to celebrate Trimurti Shiv Jayanti with zeal and enthusiasm in their hearts. Trimurti, Father Shiva, that is the Father, the point of light, is smiling, seeing the 3 tilaks on the foreheads of the children. These tilaks are the essence of all the knowledge, the essence of the whole ocean of knowledge is merged in these 3 tilaks. The essence of all the knowledge is in these 3 aspects: the Supreme Soul, the Soul, and what's the third one? The drama, that is the creation. The memorial today is of Shiva, the point. The Father is a bindu, a point. Each of you is a bindu. And the creation, that is the drama, is also a bindu. All of you bindus are celebrating the birth of the bindu with a capital B. You are celebrating it as bindus, are you not? See how cleverly Baba brings us into soul consciousness. If you see the whole play, if you see the play of matter, it is of 2 aspects. Firstly, a bindu, and secondly, jyoti, that is light. What do you call the Father? You do not simply call him a bindu, you call him a jyoti bindu, point of light. So the Creator is a Jyoti Bindu, and you too, the hero actors, are points of light. Or are you simply points? You are points of light, are you not? If you see the whole play, whatever task is carried out, it is carried out on the basis of light. Very interesting point Papa is making here. He says, if light failed in the world today, the world would not seem like the world. What is the basis of all the instruments of happiness? It is light. The Creator himself is light. The light of souls and the Supreme Soul is imperishable. The light of souls and the Supreme Soul is imperishable. The basis of nature is light, but the light of matter is not imperishable. Therefore, the entire play is based on the point and on light. You especially celebrate today, the Memorial Day, with the incorporeal Father. But how do you celebrate it? The way you special souls celebrate it is also special, is it not? Did you ever think that you souls were multi-million times fortunate? That you would celebrate the birthday directly with the Trimurti Father Shiva in the corporeal form? You never had this thought, even in your dreams. I was thinking about this point. You know, in Bhakti, there was always the hope to find God. But what that actually meant, I didn't know. What did it mean to find God? But then to actually find that God comes into the corporeal, it was beyond belief. It was such a relief, actually, that this was possible. So Baba's reminding us of how special Shiv Jayanti is for us. You never had this thought, even in your dreams. People of the world celebrate the memorial of the birth with images, and you make the Father incarnate here in a living form and celebrate the birthday. So, who is more powerful, the Father or you? The Father says, you first. If it were not for the children, what would the Father come and do? This is why the Father first congratulates the children. Congratulations for the love in your hearts. You have revealed the Father to your hearts. And so, congratulations for revealing the Father to your hearts. Together with this, congratulations for your enthusiasm for service and for the good wishes and pure feelings to bring benefit to all souls of the world with your merciful hearts, and for revealing the Father to the world. Baghdad was seeing the festival of all the children's enthusiasm. To do service means to celebrate a festival with enthusiasm. The greater the unlimited service you do, the greater your celebration of the unlimited festival. So very deep, unlimited service, unlimited festival. So yes, on the physical level, we raise the flag, we feed everyone toli, give everyone blessings. But what's happening in the unlimited? Those pure feelings, good wishes, that all souls should come out of Ravan's world, come out of their sorrow. What is the meaning of service? Why do you do service? In order to create enthusiasm in souls by giving them the Father's introduction. When you make plans for service, you have enthusiasm, do you not? That you quickly want to give deprived souls the inheritance from the Father. You want to give souls the experience of a glimpse of happiness. Now, whenever you see souls, no matter how important they may be in the world, what is the first thought that arises when you see a soul? Do you think that he's a prime minister or a king? Do you see this? So now it's very appropriate when the world is polarized because of two characters in the drama, two leaders. Can we completely be ignorant of their position and just see the souls? Baba says, do you see this? Or when you meet or see a soul, are there the good wishes that this soul should also take the support of attainment from the Father? Do you meet him with this thought? Only when this pure wish arises in you will that soul receive the power to experience the fruit of your pure wishes. There are your pure wishes, and that soul receives power as the fruit of your pure wishes. because there's a great deal of power in the thoughts of pure wishes of you elevated souls. I'll repeat that. There's a great deal of power in the thoughts of pure wishes of you elevated souls. So, nice point to check when we see the situation in the world. Are we able to send those pure soul conscious wishes? Each pure thought of each of you elevated souls creates an atmosphere in the world. They say that the world is created through thought, do they not? These pure thoughts and pure feelings transform the atmosphere in all four directions. They transform the world. This is why the souls that come have the best experience. So now Baba is talking about souls who come to Madhuban. They have the best experiences. They experience this world to be a unique world. For a short time, through the fruit of your pure thoughts and pure feelings, they think that this place is unique and lovely, that these are unique and lovely angelic souls. No matter what type of a soul he may be, he becomes enthusiastic for a little while. So we see this, we used to go for the Peace of Mind retreat, and there would be about 300 visitors, guests, non-BKs. And, within 24 hours, everyone had been to the village and they'd put on white clothes. Nobody asked them to do that. And they attend every session, they participate so fully. So they get caught up by the atmosphere. And so Baba says, they become so enthusiastic. So, but Baba says for a little while. So what is the meaning of doing service? To celebrate a festival, that is, to make others enthusiastic. Whatever action you perform, whether it is physical actions, whether you are speaking, or just have a thought, each second, each action, each thought, each word of Brahman souls is a festivity, because you do it with enthusiasm and you make others enthusiastic. You would never experience tiredness with this consciousness. You would not feel it to be a burden. So true, isn't it? When you're doing any kind of service, there's no burden. Your head will not be heavy. You will not be disheartened. When there is tiredness or the heart becomes lazy. Interesting, Baba says the heart becomes lazy. So that means the feelings go down. What do people in the world say when their hearts are lazy? They say, let us go somewhere for some kind of entertainment or another. So in the world, what do? They go to the malls, they watch movies, they do so many things. People say that their head feels heavy today and they want some form of entertainment. That means actually distraction. So why is Baba raising this? We have to check as well that we don't try to distract ourselves. The meaning of a festival is to celebrate with pleasure. Eat, drink, and be merry. This is festivity. For Brahmins, every moment is festivity. Each action is festivity. So, is there tiredness in celebrating with festivity? Is there? Look, here in Madhuban, when you have an entertainment program, Baba is telling us something funny here. He says it goes on till 11 o'clock. That's what happens in Madhuban when there's a cultural program. It goes on till 11 o'clock. What would you do if a class went on till 11 o'clock? Half the class would leave. You like entertainment, do you not? Excuse me. So, service is also a festival. Serve in this way. Be enthusiastic yourself. Do service with enthusiasm and make other souls enthusiastic. What will then happen? Whatever service you do, the enthusiasm of other souls will continue to increase. Do you have such enthusiasm? Or does it only last while you are in Madhuban and you consider the circumstances when you get back? So what happens? Then we say, oh no, this happened and that happened, etc. Enthusiasm is such that circumstances are nothing in front of it. It is when enthusiasm reduces that the circumstances attack you. When you have enthusiasm, the circumstances do not attack you. They sacrifice themselves to you. So in other words, they disappear. So that's Maya's trick, when there are situations, then we say, no, we can't do this because of this and that, and then the enthusiasm goes down. Today, you have especially come to celebrate the festival. Shiv Jayanti is known as a festival, is it not? You have not come to celebrate a festival, but you have come to underline that every moment is festivity. If you do not have any power, if you do not have physical strength, or if because of a situation where you lack the power of money, you feel in your mind that something is not possible, then enthusiasm is such that if you have it, others will become enthusiastic and come forward and cooperate with you. Can you see what Baba is getting at, Even if everything is against you at a physical level and nothing looks possible, just keep your enthusiasm and miracles will happen. That's why Baba says, he'll touch somebody. So now Baba says, even if there's a lack of money, enthusiasm will draw money from somewhere or other. Enthusiasm is such a magnet that it will draw money as well. People on the path of devotion say that courage and enthusiasm change dust into wealth. So much transformation takes place. Enthusiasm is such an experience that you are not influenced by the sanskars of any soul's weakness. You will influence others, but you will not be influenced by them. So it means no one can steal our enthusiasm. that which was not even in your thoughts will take place easily in a corporeal way. This is a blessing and a guarantee from Baghdad to the true servants. Do you understand? So I just want to mention here, yesterday there was the meeting for the African Voices of Hope and Peace. And it was so inspiring to listen to the plans and to hear the enthusiasm in the form of commitment, in the form of love, in the form of dedication. So here is an idea that has been born. Baba has given the blessings, and now the souls have just picked up the responsibility like a baton, and they're running. And it was very, very inspiring. So I don't know if anyone else is on today who listened to that, but, you know, just to feel that enthusiasm, it was very, it triggered enthusiasm within this soul. So now Baba says, Babdada is pleased. You are making plans for service with deep love. To harmonize sanskars means to bring your complete stage and the time close. Babdada was seeing that everyone is very beautifully dancing the dance of harmonizing sanskars. There was a very good fragrance. So, how will you constantly remain? You have to celebrate with festivity and remain enthusiastic. Even if you cannot do anything yourself, you can make others enthusiastic. So, the enthusiasm of others will then also make you enthusiastic. The senior instruments also do this, do they not? So we saw how Vedantiben also inspired everyone yesterday. To create enthusiasm in others means to create enthusiasm in oneself. If by chance you have 14 annas worth of enthusiasm and you create 16 annas worth of enthusiasm in others, your enthusiasm then increases by 2 annas. So an anna is a portion of a rupee. What was Brahma Baba's speciality? Even if coal had to be lifted, he would inspire others to lift it with enthusiasm. They would do it with entertainment. And in brackets, they were to receive 35 wagons of coal. Babdada spoke about coal in the Murli, and after some time, they received the news that the wagons of coal had arrived in Abu Road. So we all know the stories of Brahma Baba, whether it was coal or whether the cow pats needed to be made or the grain needed to be sorted. Brahma Baba was the first one there, and everyone would flock around him, and the task would be finished in no time. So now Baba is asking, what will all the Pandavas do? So the Pandavas who have started African Voices, Baba is asking, what will you do? You will always stay enthusiastic, will you not? Never let go of your enthusiasm. The enthusiasm of now is shown in the form of a smile on your non-living images. They always show a very powerful face. So it doesn't matter which temple you go to, the faces of the deities are always smiling and radiant. When any devotee initiates a task, He goes in front of your images to take enthusiasm and courage from them, and then begins the task. You are souls with such enthusiasm that your non-living images are still giving enthusiasm and courage to others. The images of the Mahavirs, the Pandavas, are very well known. Weak ones go to a Mahavir to take power. Acha. And then Baba takes leave. He says to the extremely elevated, fortunate children everywhere, to those who constantly become points of light and stay in zeal and enthusiasm to reveal the Father who is a point, to those who constantly hoist the flag of the Father's revelation in their hearts. Congratulations for the birth, as valuable as a diamond, of the Father, and so of the children who constantly fly with congratulations and who will continue to fly. To those who constantly have such enthusiasm, to those who celebrate with festivity at all times, to those who create enthusiasm in others, to such great, powerful souls, love, remembrance, congratulations, and namaste from Trimurti, Father Shiva, the Father. So, very powerful Murli. Now, Baba is meeting a group of double foreigners. The Father and the children have such a subtle connection that no one has the power to separate them. The greatest of all intoxication that you children constantly have is the world remembers the Father, but whom does the Father remember? Souls remember the Father, but who remembers the souls? This is such great intoxication. Do you always have this intoxication? It doesn't increase or reduce, does it? Sometimes flying, sometimes ascending, and sometimes walking. It is not like that, is it? You are not those who step back or those who stop, but your speed changes. Now, Baba is cautioning us here. Baghdada constantly continues to watch the children's games. Sometimes you begin to walk, but what then happens afterwards? One circumstance or another comes up, and then it is as though you move along with a push. You know, that's what they do in queues now. If someone is not watching the tills, somebody has to nudge them and say, the till is free. Something or another happens according to the drama, and it takes you to the flying stage again. This is because, according to the drama, your intellects have full nischay, conviction. You have had the thought in your hearts. The Father is mine and I belong to the Father. So, such souls automatically receive help. How long does it take to receive help? Someone responded, a second. Look, a photo is being taken. The Father's camera records everything in a second. No matter what happens, never step away from the Father or service. Even if your mind cannot stay in remembrance or cannot study, force yourself to listen and continue to have yoga, and everything will be fine. I remember in the early days, Brother Paul always used to say, those days when you don't want to be in the gathering, those are the days that you make yourself go to the center. And it was such good advice, because that is what actually then fills up your enthusiasm. So Baba says everything will be fine, because Maya continues to try. She says, let this one step aside a little so that I can go to her. Therefore, never step aside. Never let go of your disciplines. Your study, Amrit Vela, service, whatever timetable is set for the day, even if your mind cannot concentrate on that, do not miss anything from the timetable. In Bharat, it is said, however many laws, that is Qaida, there is that much benefit, Faida. Never miss any of the laws or the disciplines that have been created. Look, your devotees observe your disciplines even now. Even they do not want to go to the temple at first. They will definitely go there. Who did they learn this from? You taught them this, did you not? Always feel that you are the ones who created all the codes of conduct and the disciplines. Did you create them, or were they already made? Do you not remember that you are lawmakers? Getting up at Amrit Vela, your mind accepts this. Or is it because this discipline has been created that you are following it? Are you observing it and moving according to it? Or are you following it because a direction or discipline has been created? Your mind accepts it, does it not? So what does that mean, that the mind accepts it? It means that you truly understand why you are doing it, that there is great benefit in it. So, whatever your mind accepts, it has not been created by your mind, has it? You are not observing it under compulsion that you have to do it, are you? Your mind likes all of this, does it not? Because there is no bondage in whatever is done happily. Yeah, so Baba is saying, because there is no bondage in whatever is done happily. Here, the Father has given you the knowledge of all three aspects of time, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Whatever you do that knowing the three aspects of time and with that happiness. The Father sees that the children are performing wonders. You have unbroken love for the Father, and so no matter what happens, you still continue to fly. All of you are full pass. Baba's got that in inverted commas. All of you are full pass in having love for the Father. In studying, you are number wise. But in your love, you are number one. You also do good service, but you sometimes show some gains. Just as you have number one love for the Father, do you have the same love for the Murli? From the time you came, how many Murlis would you have missed? Did you ever miss going to class and make some excuse? Just as you don't miss out on remembering the Father, in the same way, you must not miss the study. You have to be number one in this too. Remembrance in the form of the Father, study in the form of the teacher, and using the blessings you have received in the form of the Satguru. You have to be number one in all these three. Everyone receives blessings, but to use the blessings at the appropriate time is known as taking benefit of the blessings. So, check yourself in these three things. From the beginning until now, to what extent have I passed? Only then will you become a bead of the rosary of victory. Acha. Baghdada is pleased to see the children's faith and enthusiasm. Baghdada is seeing each one's specialities. When Baghdada sees with how much love you are moving forward, that you don't consider hard work to be hard work, but you move along with love, he is pleased. Baghdada has a list of each one's specialities. Do you understand? Acha. At the time of farewell. So what would have happened is Baba would have actually hoisted the flag on the stage, and then Baba gives a final farewell. Multi-million-fold congratulations for Baghdada and his children's birthday. Multi-million-fold congratulations and greetings for the birthday of all the children everywhere. Baghdada received love and remembrance from the hearts of all the children everywhere, along with the physical memorial of letters and cards of greetings filled with love. The sound of everyone's heart reached the Father. The Father, the comforter of hearts, is giving all the children with big hearts lots and lots and lots of love and remembrance with a big heart. Even to say multi-million-fold is nothing compared to the self-respect of the children. This is why Baba is giving greetings of the diamond night with a shower of diamonds. Love and remembrance to all, and greetings for always flying as angels. Acha, diamond morning. So, today's blessing. May your intellect have faith, that is nischay, and remain constantly unshakable and immovable by experiencing benefit in any non-benevolent scene. May your intellect have nischay and remain constantly unshakable and immovable by experiencing benefit in any non-benevolent scene. Whatever happens in the drama is benevolent because this age is the benevolent age. When you are able to see benefit, even where there is no benefit, it means your intellect has nischay, conviction. It is only at the time of an adverse situation that you are able to recognize the stage of your nischay. Nischay means not to have any name or trace of doubt. No matter what happens, no situation can shake someone whose intellect has nischay. To shake means to be weak. Slogan: be worthy of God's love, and you will easily become a conqueror of Maya. Be worthy of God's love, and you will easily become a conqueror of Maya. So much to digest today. No, Baba has really helped us, given us a recipe to take care of our enthusiasm, because enthusiasm is like a lifeblood. If the enthusiasm diminishes, we know how we feel, and then everything becomes laborious and effort, and it's very easy then to let go of your disciplines. Sometimes we do the disciplines, we keep them up even when the enthusiasm is not there, because if you keep them up, the enthusiasm will come back. But if you let go of those practices and disciplines, then there's no chance for the enthusiasm to be rebuilt. And as Baba said, there will always be something that will help you. It will trigger a lift so that you come back into that, what Baba describes as the flying stage. And what is the flying stage? It means that it doesn't matter what's happening at the level of the drama, that you can also put a bindu, a dot, to the drama. Don't allow those scenes to reduce your enthusiasm, reduce your happiness, reduce your love in any way. So let's share, or let's take a moment of silence, and then we can share some thoughts. Om Shanti. So I was remembering that class by Prashant Bhai about the Brahmin, deity, warrior, merchant, and Shudra. And the qualities of a Brahmin are actually the qualities of discipline, love for study, enthusiasm, the desire to uplift, and very different to the qualities of the deity. The deity is, of course, the embodiment of peace and love. But it's at this time that we can only call ourselves Brahmins, actually, when there is that commitment and that dedication to our ongoing study. But how beautifully Baba reminded us that every moment of a Brahmin is so valuable. So please feel free to unmute and share what touched your heart today. Are you thinking about it?
Om Shanti, good morning.
Good morning, Kamla Ben.
I love the Murli, and it's very deep, and we can actually go into the depth of it and also about the 3 dots. But what I also liked was, Baba was saying in the blessing, it is only at the time of adverse situations that you are able to recognize the stage of your faith. And from experience, I could say that definitely that happens. It's only that you can judge the stage of your faith at that moment. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, isn't it wonderful actually when you see how powerful and how that conviction really supports you through so many challenges, and it's very encouraging. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
So this Murli is very close to my heart because if I think about this project, African Voices, the enthusiasm that I had before I was involved was very much different from what I have when I am involved. And I think Brother Marcus was remembered a lot during our meeting last week because it was his enthusiasm. If you remember his laughter, his character, that really instills a lot of enthusiasm in many souls in Africa, to such an extent that from 13 centers in Africa, it went up to 54, if not more. And so I feel that, like you said, if you stay with the disciplines, the enthusiasm does come, the opportunity does come. And I think prior to this, the one thing that I was practicing is just remaining light, just seeing myself as a dot, connecting to God as a dot, and just keeping the connection as many hours as possible. And I see that's basically the aim of trying to get 1.2 billion African souls to do. Sounds insurmountable, but Papa's doing it. And so it just shows that it's the end game where we support the tree. I'll be very curious to see how we do this in South Africa, where we get our material translated in Zulu and Xhosa and going up to 50, 60 million souls. But I can imagine, to reach those who speak Swahili and Arabic and going to the depths of Africa, just to introduce everyone to themselves and God. It would really instill a lot of enthusiasm in many, many souls.
Oh, so inspiring. Thank you. I'm just thinking how all these centers that were established during Serve Africa are now, the network is there. And so we've got the centers from which to then reach out and spread even further. So very lovely. I don't know if anyone else would like to share. Oh, Brother
Brother
Andre.
Andre.
Yes, yes, thank you. Good morning, Brother Andre.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I love it when Baba uses the word enthusiasm in the Murli. Oh, it just catches me. Oh, the energy is so contagious. I love it. Oh, I
You
tell
feel
you,
your enthusiasm.
when the connection is practiced with Baba with this love. Oh, I tell you, I'm lit up. He lights me up. I'm so glad I joined this morning's Murli. I've been reading the Murli on my phone most mornings, but this morning, oh, Belinda, I can't tell you. Baba flows and I feel him. Thank you for such a elevating flow. Thank you for all the slogan says it. The slogan says it so beautifully. God's love.
Yeah.
And you become a conqueror of Maya. That's as simple as it gets.
Mm.
There isn't any other simpler understanding of what Baba is saying to us. He says, connect to me, experience my love, and go out and flow the enthusiasm that I will flow through you. And to what I heard Avinal say, well, it's simple. The language is not even that important because they will feel this energy. And it is the time to be exponential. It is the time to have Baba's abundant, unlimited love be the service we offer so that others may feel the connection to Baba. And I'll leave it there, but the enthusiasm is just beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your enthusiasm, Brother Andre. And we've got a point from Brother Murray in Gabs. Om Shanti. I like to practice. Be enthusiastic yourself. Do service with enthusiasm and make other souls enthusiastic. Thanks, Brother Murray. So anyone else bursting with enthusiasm who'd like to share something? Okay, so now let me just find the point for today. So today is the 6th. And it'll be point number 6. Although Father Brahma was corporeal, because he had the subtle and incorporeal stages, he always remained beyond. Follow the Father in the same way. Be a detached observer and watch the games of this old world from up above. You have to have this stage now at all times. For this, always stay beyond the physical consciousness, beyond the awareness of the physical world. That is, by being a detached observer, you will be able to experience his company at all times. So if ever there was a time to really stay beyond, it is now, and not to get caught up with drama, which we can see is heating up. And Baba says, don't go there with your mind. Keep your mind beyond and above. Stay with Baba. So a beautiful point to end the session with this morning. So let's have a few moments of Baba's remembrance and have a lovely Sunday. Oh, and Brother Andre is waving. Thank you all. Om Shanti.
We'll say goodbye when the morning sun appears and rests upon your eyes, and the day it begins like the birth of a child. He will hold you in his arms, and you touch the light. You touch the light. So melt away like a snowflake on my hand, wave upon the sand, and we'll sing you home, far away from our sight, and he'll hold you in his arms, and you touch the light. You touch the We'll meet again when the river finds the sea, and all of us are free, and the world is reborn from a star in the sky, and everyone will know that we touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light.
Om Shanti. Thank you all.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.